Warriors Unite! Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 in the 1% Club. Hope you guys doing well on this Sunday evening. Hope you guys are following God's purposes for your life and conquesting yourselves first. Self-control is what we talk about here. And then also then conquesting everything around you. So thank you guys for all your great comments. I appreciate that. A lot of things. I have a lot of backup with shout outs. I'm going to try to catch up as much as I can. Ishoon, thank you for 47 days. Congratulations. Keep going, my friend. Sanduanga Bagat Gita, thank you, my friend. Sandangi, again, thank you. Moy Hernandez, Channel 3. C Magic, thank you. My Passion Freedom, go viral soon. I wish I could, my friend. I have to kind of find the time. Vigor Warriors life's been busy. I've been painting a garage, trying to help put a fence up. Lots of the things besides working 65 hours a week. So I'm trying to get some time, but I will devote more time to this. I owe it to you guys. The more the subscribers grow, the more I'm going to kind of put into it. Austin Roberts, Church and accountability. I agree, my friend. I think God has to be first, and we need to continue thinking about that in terms of everything else. AG, thank you. Jon the Dawn, JTE Creates, thank you. Kendall Nelson, thank you. Sundong again, thank you. Charles Taylor and Andam Boosters, thank you guys so much for your comments. All right, this one comes from Calvin. Let women come to you. I think it's a good one to talk about tonight. We have lots of ones we're going to kind of keep talking about, but we'll talk about this one since you guys are so much interested in the women perspective, because women are the temptation that most of you guys are facing. Now, you also have addictions with drugs, all those type of things, but at 2 minutes, let's talk about this for a few minutes. So let women come to you. Let's look at the concept of this, why this happens. Now, we're living in a society in which we are taught, I call it the Disney effect. Way back, many years before I was born, back in the 1920s and 30s, and I think this probably goes even further back than that. There's always the idea that the man should chase the woman. And this has been promulgated through society, through our media, through movies, Disney movies, and all those other types of movies, of which you had the prince and the princess, and the prince has to win the hand of the princess. Well, unfortunately, this has set up a dynamic in which women are put on these pedestals and men don't treat them like regular human beings. We treat them like beautiful objects or people who, are special to such a large extent that they are basically not going to communicate a normal way with them. And so men get flabbergasted by and anxious with all the beauty and all the attractiveness, and they don't want to be rejected by a beautiful young damsel in distress. Now, men have this protective and provision provider nature, so it fits right into that. And so over the years, we've had this kind of what I call this matrix, this blue matrix, in which you're basically falling into a pattern of saying, okay, women must be chased by the men. But Vigor Warrior was taught by his dad long time ago. Vigor Warrior 1, long time ago, taught me that men chase the women until the women catch them. Because women are the ones who are procreating or having children. Men are the ones who are starting the process. But women have to have the children. It makes perfect sense that the women are the ones trying to get the men. Now, we don't see that because this is a mysterious type of glove in hand type of trick, the illusion that we're seeing in society. But remember, women are the ones who really need men for this operation. Now, yes, they could go ahead and do test tube children, I guess, all kinds of technology and all the things that are possible. But you still need to have that male figure, someone to sit there and set a role model. I see it all the time. I see it every day when children have no male figures. They don't become men or women who actually know how to handle men because they have no father figure. This happens a lot, especially inner cities that I deal with, in Boston, Baltimore, New York City, Chicago, all these type of cities that I deal with. You're having a lot of males and females who have no fathers. Deadbeat dads or people who are not part of their lives, or women who are raising kids by themselves. And to their credit, it's the hardest thing to do in the world, but they're doing it by themselves, and so there's no male figure. And without a male figure to teach them how to be a dad, they grow up dysfunctional. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I see all the time. And as a result of that, then they have bad relationships. And so there's a lot of frustration as time goes on and on and on. And so that's why it's important to make sure that you understand what's happening with males and females. Now, because of that, we have to sit back, warriors, and realize that this whole industry of images and all this stuff that we look at has hurt the male as well. They've hurt the male because you're looking at pictures now exemplifying women as an object of, once again, this princess object that is not a real person. So we treat it like an object, sometimes in a negative way, sometimes in a positive way, but it's not something that's being pushed on as a regular human being. And because women really are the ones who need the men for these type of situations, a lot of times men basically kind of fall into this pattern in which they're desperate for women. And women have no problem with that because they really like that chase and they get attention, validation, things that they need from this as well. But the key, my friends, to all of this, warriors, is to realize that as a male, your energy is crucial. Women will come after you because of your energy. Now, why is that? We've talked about benefits of retention before. Let's talk about them again when it comes to women and attraction. When you look at a situation like this, realize that most men are releasing all the time. Most men are releasing. And so basically they're becoming weaker and weaker. And women, they know this. They anticipate this. Their instincts tell them when you have the seed. Just think about this for a second. If women go around, especially younger women, and they go around and they understand that they are looking for men who can procreate with them, whether it's conscious, subconscious, a lot of this may be subconscious. They sense it. Because they sense it, they sense you have the seed that you need to have and that they want. And because of this, subconsciously, and sometimes even consciously, they're going after and chasing you. And basically, they're going to come after you because of that. Now, along with that, because you're at the point where you have that ability to push out confidence because you have self-control, now you look better. A lot of guys are commenting that I look nice and young, and that's wonderful, guys. I've lost 75 pounds. I'm almost going to be 63 years old, and people look like I'm 50 or 45. That's wonderful. I appreciate that a great deal. You guys are very nice and kind. I feel tremendous. But a lot of it's because I started with their retention. You continue to grow with getting better and better and becoming that high value male. And you guys are going to do the same thing as you continue with this. This is why this is important. Retention by itself is not the key. But learning how to control yourself, being stoic. Again, I try not to let things bother me as much. I had a lot of situations over the weekend that I could have gotten more upset with. I did not. I was there actually very good this weekend. No anger, no getting upset. Continue to move along, and those things will happen. Now, because of that confidence level, because you're becoming more self-assured with yourself, because you're watching your diet, you're working out more, you're doing those things, women become attracted to you because A, you're not giving them validation, you're not fawning over them all the time, you're not chasing them. Never chase a woman. Now, I did that for years, so I know for a fact it's never going to work. They may put up with you for a while, or they may be able to like that for a while because of validation, but they really don't care about you. Only when you stop caring and you start focusing on yourself, warriors, that's when women start coming out. And they will chase you because they don't understand what's happening here. You're not like all these other guys out there. All these other guys are calling them in the DMs and all this other kind of stuff. You're not doing that. I rarely text anybody first. They always texting me. I will respond back at some point because I'm not going to be discourteous. But on the other hand, it's not my high priority. And I think you've got to set this pattern up where it's your high priority to get yourself in condition, self-control. So you're achieving what you have to achieve. Now, if the woman fits into that, great. If not, move on to something else. They have to bring value to you in some way. Again, that's the part of this. Women will come to you, they'll chase you, they will follow you because they find you attractive, they find you as an enigma. They don't know what's going on here. Most women have these guys all over their feet all the time. And all of a sudden now you have this tremendous confidence that you don't need these women. Now they wonder why. And they're not getting the validation they need. And now they're going to do things like buy you little gifts here, show you attention, things like that. And it doesn't matter if you're married or not. Women react because of emotion. They're purely emotional creatures. They don't care if you're married. They don't care if you have family and kids. Now, they may care after the fact if they find emotion to it, but they don't care. That's why it's up to the man to control situations and not put themselves in positions where temptation gets to them. So be careful, these women coming after you, but they will. Like Calvin is talking about, women, let the women come to you. Especially if you're looking for somebody, try to make sure you understand that, does this woman fit into your life the way you want her to be able to be successful? If not, then move on to somebody else. There's a lot of other, as they used to say, a lot of other fish in the sea. A lot of other ports out there, my uncle used to tell me. The idea is that you have to go ahead and find the type of person you want to find. Women are wonderful. I have the utmost respect for women. They have a lot of great things to offer as human beings. But the male needs to be in charge of the male. And the male is a leader, dominion. They have to be in charge. You have to be the one that's in control yourself. You can't control anything else around you if you can't control yourself. That's one of the key tenets to Stoicism, detachment, all the things we're talking about. Being able to control yourself, and God is giving you that ability. Control yourself. And where it starts, obviously, is in the strongest power you have, and that's your energy. Don't lose your energy. Don't give it up for anything, unless it's procreation. Then you have other children. That's a great idea. That's wonderful. But that's in a different type of situation. You're not just expending yourself out. One of the reasons why I've been able to lose some weight and to be able to get myself in decent shape again is because I've been retaining. The thing is I think it's important to focus on what you're trying to do to get yourself better. Every day you should be focusing on, what am I doing better here? What am I going to try to get better? What goal? If I'm at 30,000 steps, which I try to get to at certain times, what about 35,000? If I'm benching 275, what am I trying to do? Bench 300. If I'm trying to finish a doctorate, I got my doctorate finished, trying to get another degree, that's great. You're trying to read a different book, you're trying to improve every day. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 62 like me, going on 63. Goals are important forever, because that's what human beings are, goal-driven. If human beings don't have goals and things to achieve, they're going to die off. The average age, is research that I saw years ago, the average age of a person, I don't think it's changed that much over the years. A person who does not have goals after they retire is only 7 years, because they have nothing else to live for. And now we know people who are married for a long time, and one person passes away, the other person passes away soon after. You've got, and there's nothing wrong with loving somebody very much, but you've got to have goals, and you've got to have yourself continuing to keep going. In many ways, the people who are the most successful, they don't know when they're going to pass away, because they just continue to fight for more goals, continue to try to make more money. They try, and not for the sake of making money, but to give the people, to help people out, continue to help people get themselves in the best condition they can, continue to fight goals and build more things. Cultivate hobbies, get those things together you need to get together. The women are a secondary thing, and this is no disregard to women. They're a secondary thing in your mind. If you find somebody that's your soulmate, your love, that's wonderful. But don't lose yourself in the situation. Focus on the woman as someone who's going to compliment you and make you better, not somebody who you're going to donate your life to, like in those princess movies. Those things are an illusion, because the bottom line really is that women need the man just as much as the men need the women. And don't kid yourself, women are looking for men all the time. You may not think they're looking at you, but they're looking at you. They're watching you all the time because they want to be part of your life. They want to be near that energy. The energy is what they need. And don't forget that. All right, my friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you, Calvin, for your comment. We have a bunch more coming. I'm hoping to try to get some done this week. Back to a 65-hour work schedule this week. So hopefully I'll be able to get a couple done when we get a chance. Hope you guys are doing well. And I do promise that eventually one of my goals is to try to go streaming, find some time over the summertime maybe to be able to do that and to be able to kind of hook up to you guys and talk to you guys in person if we can. All right, my friends. Anyway, have a great night. God bless you guys. Two things I always leave you with. One, every day is a new day to a wise person, a wise warrior. And number two, guys, continue to fight Satan and evil one and continue to battle